Hey, what's up guys? It's Oakley here. Today, I wanted to make a video talking about my favorite video game. Now listen, it's been a humongous debate since the game came out, but for whatever reason, everybody is still confused as to why Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead. Like, I don't understand why people still think that Back 4 Blood, for one, is a bad game, and why, two, it's worse than Left 4 Dead. I don't get it. I mean, the obvious elephant in the room, like, there's more content, there's more things to do, there's a fucking shop. Left 4 Dead has, like, what, 4 special infected? And on top of that, like, you get a choice of, like, 6 melee weapons or something. And the other thing, too, is, like, the weapons... I mean, there's, like, maybe a couple good weapons. All the other weapons are just kind of garbage. Like, the only weapons that are actually good in the game are probably, like, the 2 auto shotguns. Meanwhile, Back 4 Blood has all kinds of different shotguns. The 870 Express, the AA-12, the TAC-14. It has the Vector, the UMP-45. It has the M249 light machine guns, the RPK. Like, there's all of these different weapons that you can choose from. So many different playstyles. Meanwhile, Left 4 Dead basically just has, like the same 8 guns that you can find across every single campaign, every map. Like, I'm sorry, it literally just, this is like Pac-Man shit. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense considering the whole fan base basically is just filled with boomers. Just people that can't get over the fact that their favorite game is going out of style. And there's a new game coming up that's clearly better, but they just can't admit that because they don't want to be wrong. And listen, I know this is a really hot take, but I really don't care because what I'm saying makes a lot more sense than whatever some fucking old dude playing Left 4 Dead is gonna say. Because here's the thing, it's like Back 4 Blood has almost 30 different special I think it's like 32 different special infecteds, all with their own different variations of themselves and different varying danger levels. Meanwhile, Left 4 Dead has like under 10 special infected, and one of them is literally just like a female version of one of the original special infecteds from the first game. So, I mean, it's like, that just shows, like, again, another example of laziness on Valve's end. They just wanted to fill space. They just wanted more content to be in there, but they were too lazy to actually think of anything good. I mean, Back 4 Blood has so many different types of common ridden. They have the commons, they have the armored ridden, blighted, the charred, the volatile ridden, festering, armored soldiers. And as far as special infected goes, Back 4 Blood has a total of 12. That includes the Stinger, the Reeker, the Tallboy, the Sentinel, all 4 of those of which actually have mutations of themselves, like the Hawker, the Wretch, the Crusher, Tallboy, the Lobber. Like, there's so much going on there just for those 4, and we still haven't gotten to the rest of them. There's the Snitch, the Sleeper, the Swarm. There's the boss-like mutations, like the Breaker, the Hag, the Ogre, which is literally like the tank on crack, and I don't even think realistically the tank would ever be a threat to anybody ever. Just shoot it in the fucking head. What are you gonna do against an ogre? You're gonna get fucking stepped on like a Lego. Like, that's it. That's all you are. You're just a fucking Lego on the ground in a fucking ogre's foot. Alright, sorry for that tangent. I know I got really heated there. It's just, this debate really fires me up a lot, and it pisses me off because this is my favorite game, and I just think the fact that a lot of people give it as much shit as they do just shows that they've never played it, for one, and two, just shows that they're too lazy to even give it a shot. And on top of that too, it's like, I feel like the lack of variety in this game is just, it disgusts me because as a gamer, I want to be able to collect. I want to be able to, you know, build up my inventory and make sure that I'm prepared in every step of the way. And because I'm sorry, I don't feel that sense of survival that I would expect to feel from a zombie survival game. It literally, like, that's a category that Left 4 Dead falls under, is multiplayer survival. And yet it's like, I'm literally plowing through zombies and taking almost no fucking damage. And I'm sorry, like, I compare that to Back 4 Blood. There's a trade system on top of that. You actually need to watch your health. And I think the biggest thing, of course, is there's more strategy. And I mean, this game came out in like 2009 and it's still riding off the same like mechanics as Doom 2. Which came out like 30 fucking years ago. And listen, I've been playing Back 4 Blood every single day for the last like 3 years, whenever it came out, and I can easily say, right off the jump of coming out of playing Left 4 Dead 2 for the very first time, it literally feels like I'm at daycare. Like, there's just nothing happening. I mean, it's so simplistic and refined that there's no soul whatsoever. All like literally like it's just so like, I mean, you barely take damage from the common infected. Obviously, the special infected do more damage, but I think my issue is it's the fact that like you can last a lot longer than you really should. I mean, they literally added an entirely separate game mode so that you can experience the realism of Left 4 Dead, and it's like that should have just been in the game right off the jump. That should just be in the base campaign mode. Like, it just honestly feels like they squeezed that in there just so that they can have more content, but they didn't really give a fuck. But to be honest, that's not even the tip of the iceberg, because there's things like the lack of a shop that honestly just kind of makes me cringe, because it's like Left 4 Dead just decided, okay, no shop. Like, that just solves the issue, because it's like, here's the thing. In Back 4 Blood, in multiplayer, you all start off with 4,000 copper to split between you. In single player, it's just 1,000, right? And that's definitely an issue for sure that a lot of people have complained about, but it's not an easy problem to get over. And I guess Left 4 Dead's solution to it was to just not have a shop. Like I'm sorry, I just fail to see how that's a valid solution to a complex system of buying and selling when it could just easily be fixed by using a simple tick system, which I believe Back 4 Blood has already fixed on its own. And I mean, I guess aside from Left 4 Dead 2 basically being a reskin of the first one that came out literally a year before, they spent almost no time on this fucking thing. I think the biggest thing that I honestly think is the laziest part about this game is there's no story. There's literally zero storyline whatsoever. You have like a lot of channels like Wow Such Gaming that go out and make these videos talking about like how like there's environmental storytelling, but I'm sorry, that's not real storytelling in my opinion, because to be fully honest with you, nobody actually pays attention to anything around them. They just want to kill the zombies and then that's it. Like I said, there's no survival element whatsoever. All you're doing is just shooting zombies. It's basically God Simulator. There's nothing fun about that, right? But aside from that, like because of that, nobody's paying attention to anything around them. So it basically is just worthless. That's why I don't really believe in environmental storytelling, quote unquote, this really trendy sounding, term, because it's like worthless. You're sacrificing the entire story of the game, the entire storyline, the whole background of all the characters by just not writing anything at all. It's honestly really fucking lazy, because they're already designing these maps. So they're like, fuck it. Don't worry about the story. Don't worry about any storyline whatsoever. Forget the writing. We're just going to do environmental storytelling. Because it's like, I'm sorry, like, I don't see why that's not considered lazy. That, to me, is lazy-ass storytelling, because, one, again, nobody's paying attention to it whatsoever. Nobody's even going to notice it. And then, two, it's like, I mean, you guys, Valve clearly just didn't give a fuck. Oh, but no, please, rag on Back 4 Blood for having, apparently, like, a bad storyline. And it's like, yeah, rag on the fucking several-act sequence, and on top of that, the very well-written script. I believe Back 4 Blood has an incredibly well-written storyline that I believe gets fucking overlooked way too much, and it pisses me off, because it's actually incredible. And with that, don't even get me started with the characters, because I would say the only one that I think really piqued my interest out of all of, like, I think there's, like, what, 8 characters out of the entire, like, both games? The only one that really sparked my interest was Rochelle, because she's literally the only one that exposes any kind of lore in the game through dialogue. No, but anyway, I don't want to make this video rag on for too long, because I have a tendency to do that. Also, too, there's like a whole entire list of things that Back 4 Blood has that Left 4 Dead doesn't, that I can go over in a whole nother video. This was just kind of a big summary of things that I wanted to go over, because I felt like it was important. I think Back 4 Blood gets hated on way too much. I think it's a great game, and nobody gives it a shot. I think the only reason it gets as much hate as it does is because these stupid boomers are, they're too butthurt to let go of their favorite game and say, Back 4 Blood is a better game than Left 4 Dead is. They're too afraid to say that, because they've been playing Left 4 Dead for the last 50,000 fucking years in their little, coffins and shit, because they're just old as dust. But, I'm sorry. Anyway, thanks, guys, for watching. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.